Well, Mark, just very briefly back to the weekend. What's the kind of when you go to a club that's fancied like Leicester and you give a pretty good account of yourself, but you don't get anything from it? What's the sort of overriding feeling after you've had a few days to sort of digest it?
Probably frustration and the eagerness to get back going. I think a few of the boys on the bus on the way home, he said, like, can't wait for Stoke already. It was, for me anyway, I came off quite early in the game, which for me I was obviously unhappy about, but the manager made his decision early, and want to get some fresh legs. But I'm just eager to get going again. I don't feel any like legginess or anything from the game. I feel fresh now, so looking forward to the weekend.
And it's difficult to sort of compare it, but the belief of the team that you can go and front up against a decent side like that seems stronger now than it was last year. Is that how you feel inside the dressing room?
Yeah. I mean, they were, like you say, they were a great side. Done really well on the ball and took the sting out of us a little bit. We defended with our lives and just hoping for that one chance. But I think we stayed in the game as well as we could, and it's just frustrating to concede a penalty and lose the game 1-0. But no, like you say, it's obviously it's good for us, to be able to front up against a club like that and a team like that who I feel like will go on and win the league.
And that belief, not just individually, but as a group, that actually, we actually really do think we can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the division, because every player says it, but you can see in the eyes sometimes not everybody actually truly believes it.
Yeah, I feel like Leicester were a better side than us. They were littered with Premier League quality, but for us to stay in the game for so long and defend like we did, it was, like I said, just waiting on that chance there. And I feel like if we'd have got that chance, where Nady obviously he blazed it over the bar, but you score that, you're back in the game, and would have been delighted with a point there, going into the Stoke game.
Yeah, and your last home game before that, as certainly as good an attacking performance as we've seen you at Ashton Gate this year, that's got to fill all the front players with a little bit more confidence, more belief.
Yeah, I think I said to Naki after we went 2-0 up, it was only 10 minutes, and I was like, this is our chance, to get goals on the board, because we smelt the blood early, they were there for the taking, and I think we dispatched them with ease. But that's what we should be about. Our forward players should be confident, and goals breed confidence. So at the minute I'm feeling good, and hopefully the rest of the lads are too.
And that is such a big deal, because you're all good players. Every single player in the Championship is decent technically. The difference between that and going on sometimes is just what's going on between the ears.
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head there. But it's just about us keeping our heads. When things aren't going well for us, and they haven't been. Some parts of the season where our home form is being questioned, and rightly so. But for us now, we feel good, feel confident, and we're just looking forward to the Stoke game next Saturday.
And trying to build a little bit of momentum, isn't it? Because you've got this, and then Rotherham away, they're never easy games, but you get a couple of wins, and all of a sudden that's really looks like a very good start to the season.
Yeah, I mean, we probably spoke about it there now. We take 7 points from the next 3 games, or that's probably our hope. 2 wins and a draw would be lovely for us, but for us, it's just about trying to climb the table, and this season feels a bit strange already with the amount of breaks coming up. I don't know if it's been like that before, but it just feels like you have a small group of games and then you have a break and then again a small group of games. But our focus is just on Saturday, and then after that we'll plan on Wednesday and the following Saturday.
So are you somebody who'd rather have the sort of grind of 2 or 3 months of the games sort of into each other, or do you like the little blocks where you can get a breather?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the Swansea game was the last game before our break, and obviously me and Belly had scored, and it's just kind of like, I wish we had a game in a few days, But again, that can go the other way when you're not playing well and you're hoping just a little break would do you a world of good. But for us at the minute, we feel good and just hoping to get as many games as possible.
So Stoke coming up this weekend, they've been struggling on the pitch in the last few weeks, but as we said, every club has got players that can be match winners in games like this.
Yeah, tough game, no doubt. No matter what way you look at the league, like we look at the Plymouth result there when we beat them 4-1, they go and beat Norwich 6-2 the following week. So this league throws up funny results, and for us, we hope just our form and our confidence levels can get us on the right side of the result this weekend.
How have you kind of assessed your season so far?
Yeah, it's been a good one, I think. Start of the season, bit up and down. I was sick. Picked up a little bit of a knock where I went for a scan day before a game, and was a bit frustrated with myself, just that I couldn't get going. But since I've been back in the team there, really, I feel like I've been doing well, and just hoping that the games, like I say, come along quickly and just keep scoring goals and the confidence gets higher.
You talked about the Swansea goal and obviously the Plymouth goal. I think what stood out, I mean, I'm going to say this because you took them, but your finishing, you took those goals like a striker.
Yeah. No, thank you.
How much have you kind of worked on that?
I spoke a few times now in interviews. I feel like it's for me, I'm a confidence player. When things are going well, like anything, things just start to come off. And when I was in on goal in the Plymouth game, when I watched it back, I didn't actually realise the players who I had in the box with me. I could just see myself in the goal. So, and that was when I was running towards goal. I was like, have a look at the keeper, pick my spot, and have a shot. And I mean, it came off, but if I'd have missed her, I think a few of the boys would have had a go at me. But thankfully, it went in, and it's just about getting your head clear before you're striking and picking the corners, and I have been so far.
So that tunnel vision, if you like, of the goal, have you not maybe had that before? And is that a result of your confidence?
It's probably, I mean, last year I don't feel like I got that many chances at the start of the season because I was playing wing back. And that was just the way the team was set up at the time. But I know in this team, as a forward player, we're going to get chances. And I've spoke about it before. It's not like in previous games we weren't creating anything. We were creating a lot, but it was just about being clinical. And for us forwards, that's good for us. We want to be creating a lot, and it's just about taking them. And I feel like the lads have been recently, so I feel good, and hopefully I get another one on Saturday.
Technically, just to go back to it, but because you take it, like, obviously there's a confidence thing there, but like the technique there as well, like the Swansea one, how you kind of cut inside, it just looked, it wasn't like a kind of like a hurried,
no, it was,
doing it was like all very controlled.
It's weird, I actually plan it as I'm running towards goal. I feel like sometimes when you have too much time, it can go against you, but on the Swansea one, in the first half, I had this kind of a similar situation where I took it early, and the defender, the same guy, he had blocked it out. So when I said to myself, next time I get that, I know he's going to come flying, and I'll come inside and try and finish. And so in the Swansea game, the second chance came up, I knew exactly what I was going to do. And then again on the Plymouth one, it was just have a look at the keeper in the goal and pick your spot. So I probably plan it as I'm running towards goal more than anything.
Which is, because like some strikers would say, they don't.
I know.
Almost then they second guess themselves.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm not a striker. Probably a midfielder, winger, defender, a bit of everything. But no, I don't see myself as a striker as such. But probably they do say that it's more of instinct and they can just find the goal or find the corners. But for me, I've been my 2 goals this season. I've kind of planned them as I've been running towards goal, which is just the way I've been dealing with it.
Because you obviously do loads of fixtures. Is that something that you
Yeah, we do, especially today. Thursdays is our day to kind of finish and score goals and create chances. Bit of a down day as such, but we enjoy it out there Thursday. And on my side as a right footer, it's a tough angle because you don't have much of a goal to aim at, and that's why in the Swansea one I did cut inside because I had no angle to try and finish. So when I cut in, the whole goal opened up for me. But it's like you said, it's just about practicing, and we have been, and thankfully it's coming off at the minute.
Because your position's quite interesting. Like you say, you're always kind of going to get those chances from like a certain area, aren't you? But like on the other side. That's interesting in itself, isn't it? Unlike like Naki could be anywhere in the box.
Yeah, I feel like for me as well in training, I don't fully practice anything on the other side because in a game I never find myself in that situation. So it's easier for me to do it on the opposite side because you've got so much of the goal to aim for. But if you ain't going to do it on a Saturday or a match day, then it's not really much point in practicing. You may as well try and do exactly what you're going to face on a match day. So I've been trying that, and I know it's a tough angle, but it's just trying about finding the corners and those little inches, and there's small margins, just like the West Brom one. If it just rolled a couple of centimetres inside the post, it'd have been nicer, but it's small margins in this game.
Is it a repetition thing then?
Yeah, just basically trying the same thing over and over again. I enjoy trying it from that side because I feel like match day, that's where I get all my chances, and yeah, hopefully if I practice out there, it makes it easier on a match day.
We had spoke to Jason Knight a few weeks ago. It's kind of been very evident that you guys have a kind of connection on the pitch. I imagine you're good pals off it.
Yeah.
That connection on the pitch, was that kind of like an instant?
It kind of felt it, yeah. But there's been times where they've switched. Him and Joe have actually switched, and we played on opposite sides. So just trying to kind of find partnerships and connections like all over the pitch. But I feel like Nighty obviously knows me a little bit from the Ireland squad, where, to be honest, I want to play a bit more. But we're finding a good connection at the minute on the pitch, and long may it continue.
How responsible were you for him coming in?
A good bit, I would say. Yeah, I was asked about him. We had a training camp here in the summer, and Brian Tinian had asked me to speak to him and just speak about the club. And especially being here, it goes without saying, you're taken away bad a little bit. So I'm sure he was well happy with that the club was interested in him. But spoke to him and then told him all the good stuff about the club. And then it was down to him and the club doing a deal, and thankfully they did.
Because someone said also Bob Dickey.
Yeah, because it's for Rob to speak about, but Rob just let me know that he was interested in coming here. We played them in the last game of the season. He obviously liked what he's seen. The difference is he obviously still had a contract. I don't know if Nighty was paid for as well. He had a contract, but Rob and QPR probably wanted to do a deal as well, and thankfully, the club were interested in doing it, and he's now playing. We're all playing together on the pitch, which is nice.
You're not getting any bonuses for being part of
No bonuses, no. I should be, but I'm waiting on them still.
Looking at Saturday, then you talk about the 7 points.
Yeah.
Do you kind of look? How do you? Because some teams look at games in blocks.
Yeah, I'd done that previously. Yeah, I'd done that at Oxford, which was helpful. We had 2 playoff campaigns where we worked that way, and if you get your points target early, it's almost like, okay, well, we've got that far, we can play with a bit of freedom in this game. Or football's strange because you can take the shackles off a little bit whenever you have reached a certain target, but for us it's so early in the season, where our main focus is now Stoke. But it also gives you that bit of freedom if you do win on Saturday to go into Wednesday and put a good performance on, and then you've got all the freedom in the world against Leeds at the weekend. But like I said, it's difficult to try and speak about game after game, and the most important one is trying to get over the first hurdle that's Stoke.
You mentioned the Ireland squad there.
Yeah.
So that's obviously always something in your mind about getting your name out there.
Yeah.
What do you kind of feel you need to do more of to be more involved?
I was obviously frustrated not to be in the last one, but like I've touched on, I had a bit of an up and down start the first 2 or 3 games because I was sick and because I picked up a knock. So I spoke in an interview when I was last away with Ireland. I don't deserve just to come into every squad just because you're Irish. You got to deserve it. You got to do well at club level. And right now I feel like I am. So, wait and see what the manager says in terms of squad. But it's named on the 4th or the 5th of October. So, I would love to be named in it. But just time will tell.
So these next couple of games.
Yeah, they're important.
Essentially, that a little bit more important on an individual level.
Well, I feel like every game's important. Bristol City and Ireland probably don't have as much of an interest in each other as I do in both, if that makes sense. I want to do well at club level for Bristol City. I want to do well at international level for Ireland. So, every game's important, no matter what time of the season it is or if an international camp's coming up. For me, right now, my focus is on club. And like I say, hopefully we can pick up as many points as possible.